wasn't sure whether I was going to do this stream today. I was gonna wait till tomorrow. I said, you know what, why not? You know, it's Wednesday. Nobody's probably really doing too much today, so why not go live? You know. Shout out to everybody that checked out the video I produced today, as well as shout out to the people who are following me on Patreon. I made an announcement in the video today that exclusively all my Red Pill content is going to be on Patreon from here on out. I've been going back and forth over the last year as to whether to continue to put that particular content on YouTube. And I'm like, no. My public videos will be different than the content I put on Patreon. Because I feel like that content shouldn't be put out there for free, especially if I want to say what I want to say. You know, dealing with YouTube and the issues I've dealt with over the last year, almost 2 years, dealing with, you know, just issues. I decided that that's where that content is going to be. So if you want to see that content, you're going to have to go to Patreon from now on. You know, I posted a video today. I will be posting 2 more videos over the next day. That's where it's going to be. I'm tired of people complaining, Jay, you don't make the same videos anymore. Why? Because for the most part, I just decided to do something different. So that's for the people who want to see that type of content. Okay? Because when you make content and you have to edit videos, that shit takes time. Okay? My focus is in that. And I can't go from doing this type of video to doing that type of content. Especially on YouTube in the fashion that I want to do it. I'll still do live streams like this. But as far as video content is concerned on certain subject matter, it won't be on YouTube anymore. And if you got a problem with that, you know where to go. Okay? You know where to go. Okay? But shout out to the people who are already there. I appreciate the support over the past couple of years. The people who've toughed it out with me. What's going on, Miranda? Who's been there? Well, Chris, you can get the fuck out my chat if I ain't getting to the point. This is my live stream. This ain't a pre-recorded video. So I get to the point when I want to. Here you go, shaming, saying get to the point. And I'll get to the point when I feel like it, sir. I'll take my time. Okay? I'll take my time. We're going to get into dick policing. This actually is the part 2 to the stream that I did about Demetria, the weather girl IG model. This is part 2 to that stream. I told y'all I was going to do a part 2. Okay? And I want people to understand something about the shaming that's going on nowadays. When it comes to celebrities, if a black male celebrity is with a white female or a non-black female, they will cancel him. They will disrespect him as much as they can. But when you have a Serena Williams showing her ass on covers, she's getting all these applauses. And when you don't necessarily applaud it, they shame you. You see, there's rules for black women and then there's rules for black men. Okay? What's good, Sham? Make sure y'all like the stream. Oh, really, Miranda? Sheesh. You might want to get some rest. Also, make sure y'all go to the Teespring store, buy a bunch of stuff. You know, winter's right around the corner. Get some hoodies. You know. And I'm noticing that I was on the Shade Room, right, looking at their posts. Because I find their comments absolutely amusing. And they put up a post about Kodak Black, right? And all these black women took the time out of their day to go into the comment section and talk mad shit about Kodak Black. And I'm saying to myself, if he's canceled, you think he's ugly, you don't listen to his music, you forgot about him, why are you writing almost a half a paragraph in the comment section? Then not only are you replying to your comments, you're going to other people's comments. It's because these women are narcissists, man. They claim they're canceling people. They're not attracted to them, but they always find themselves talking shit about them. Why are there rules for black men and black women when it comes to interracial dating? Every time these blogs put up a post of a black female with a white man, there's nothing but applause from them sisters. But when it comes to black men, he's canceled. He's over. He's done. He's a sellout. He's a coon. But you don't say that to Serena and these other women out here. Why is that? But then I guess how they will shame you is they will say, well, y'all think Serena's ugly, so it shouldn't matter who she's with. But why are there rooms for one and rooms for another? Yeah, the shade room is definitely trash, you know? You know? It ain't just Kodak. It's other celebrities as well. Chris Brown, others. Michael B. Jordan. The guy has never... I haven't even seen him take a picture with a white woman. But he's canceled. He loves white women. He don't date black women. Why is that? You know? A lot of you women are more than welcome to support who you want to support. But the dick policing got to stop. And I've seen comments where somebody will put up a random picture of a black dude and immediately black women are like, he's not their type. He looks like he dates white women. Whatever that means. You talk like you date white women. You act like you would date white women. To the point to where these guys have to date black women or women who are melanated. They can't even date who they want. They got to get on social media and respond to this shit. There are always two rules for different people. But y'all got to understand there are more women than men. All right, William. Y'all go out of your way to try to dick police men you claim you don't want, that are not your type. I don't care about him. I don't care who he's dating. Just don't bash black women. Okay, so is Michael B. Jordan bashing black women? Has any of these guys, any of these celebrities that are not with black women have ever bashed them? Now, some of these guys have made questionable comments, but that's on them. But for the most part, I don't see these guys going out here downing the sisters. Oh, really, Miranda? Now, I know some of you black women are triggered, and I understand that. That's because you cannot take criticism from anybody. You expect everything to feel good and sound good, you know. Then it actually... somebody speak common sense to you, you know? And let me tell you what's what's very sad about nowadays, right? There are a lot more women than men, but there are a lot more women chasing the same men. They're not even trying to expand. There are women out there who could date outside their race if they wanted to, or they could date a different type of guy they've normally dated, but they choose not to because old habits die hard. You see, us as men, we have no problem going out here and living our life. We're not sitting on social media trying to control who the fuck is with who. That's where we at. You see, I speak the truth. I don't care if you like it or not. That's why people either really like me or really can't stand me. There is no middle ground. But you can't sit there and tell me that you as women have not seen the comments from other women towards men who just so happen to date women of other races, in comparison to when women date men of other races. They always make an excuse for why she's with that guy. What the fuck is with the excuses? Do you see those men making excuses? Now, if they were to be honest and you ask them, they will tell you why. Some of them may have excuses, not saying all of them don't. But why are you concerned about who that guy's with? Is your life good? Are you having a nice day? Is everything good with you? Let's talk about Chris Brown. Since I got heifers who went to the video I did and thumbs it down as if that meant something and tried to make it seem like it was about colorism, but all he said was black women with good hair. Excuse me, does black equals just dark skin? I don't understand. Or does it equals just light skin? Can you tell me why the fake outrage over that, people? Don't you have women that say they only deal with men with money or men who, are in shape? I've literally heard women say they like dating light-skinned dudes. You don't see me getting upset. I've heard women say they like dark-skinned dudes. I don't see a lot of light-skinned dudes getting offended. What we have nowadays is a lot of easily offended, easily triggered people who need a life. I'm a commentator. I'm going to speak on things. But a lot of you females need to be honest with yourself. Y'all can't stand each other. And the only time you can form up and be cool with each other is when you're going at men. I've seen it. I literally will have women tell me they can't stand other women. They don't have female friends. But when it comes to them going at a man, all those women can put aside their differences and attack men for whatever reason. Make sure y'all like the stream, man. Times are very different these days. It really is. You know what's crazy? I did a series of videos 2015, 2016 about how there are black women out there that hate good black men. I may have to do a part 3 to that video. I actually recorded part 3 in 2016 and I never put that video up. I don't even know where it's at right now. That audio. I don't even know where it's at. But anyway, I may put that on Patreon. And I may use some choice words because I'm trying to keep it as PG-14 as possible. Yes, hit the like button, people. Listen, I know some of you are hurting. I know y'all had some of y'all females have had very bad relationships. Well, you need to get over it when you come to these particular live shows. My shows have nothing to do with your past. It has everything to do with your present because you need to do better in order to secure a better man. If one of these particular men that you support, you buy their music, you go to their shows, you go to their movies, and you don't like them, they've done something that you are offended by, you don't have to support them. But to go around talking about, oh, they're canceled, they're canceled, they're canceled, they're canceled, they love white women. What does that achieve? What does that achieve, people? What does that achieve? And let me just say this. Let me just say this. I've heard black women say that white men on the job talk shit about black men, or white men in their presence talk shit about black men. Let me just say this, and let me make this very clear. I can care less about what another man says about me. And I think the majority of black men feel the same way. We don't care how they feel about us. They have enough problems to deal with, okay? To worry about us. But see, they use that in order to get, you to drop them draws. And from my understanding, it must work. From what I've heard, from what I've heard, But listen, I'm gonna save it for private video, because that was something I was gonna say, but I'm not gonna say it, man. I had it because I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna say it, but I'm not gonna say it live. I'm already hurting enough feelings as it is. Let me just get to the meat of this, because yes, I am gonna take phone calls. Let me get to the meat of this, because I was gonna say something, but let me just say this: they have enough problems to deal with. They have enough problems to deal with, and I don't care what they believe about me, because they are already becoming a very marginalized group. I mean, they're being attacked from all sides. So for me to worry about what they think is for me to basically worry about insignificant chatter from people who I don't even know. Okay? So shout out to everybody that's here. This chat room is crazy. Y'all are crazy. Let me tell y'all something, man. My chat rooms can get very crazy, man. So commenter discretion is advised when you step into this arena that I call my chat room sometimes, man. But stop shaming men you claim you don't want. You know what I'm saying? But don't use non-black men to like make me jealous, or to think I'm gonna be, in my feelings because they think this way about. I don't care. At the end of the day, they have bigger problems going on than what I'm doing in my business, But if you get turned on by them attacking men who look like you, that says more about you. Okay? That says more about you than anything else. And those are all the way facts. So we really have to look at those things, man. Shout out to everybody that's here, man. I do plan on taking phone calls, but I want, now again, I want to preface this. I don't dislike the sisters at all, but I have to be real with y'all. We have to sit down and really get to your issues, because there are a lot of you sisters that have issues. And you want to blame everybody else instead of looking in the mirror. I can't look in the mirror for you. You got to do it yourself. Because I know for me, if something ain't working, it's on me. Shout out to Black Rhino. If I should mind my business, who they sleep with, don't come at me after I work hard to be where I am. Yeah, man, Black Rhino, salute to you. Yeah, man, we all need to collectively not give a fuck about what others say about us, because at the end of the day, we have to live our lives, people. We have to live our lives. A lot of you sisters want to know why these brothers are not approaching you anymore. Why they are working hard and getting them a Becky. Is because they realize that it just ain't gonna work with you because you're refusing to really change who you are, but you just want to change everything around you and think that's gonna make things better. You know, men who work hard, they say to themselves, you know what, I don't want to be broke, or I don't want to be in a messy relationship with a dysfunctional woman. I want to do better, you know? So we really have to take that into consideration. If you want to date out, do you. You know, do you. Be happy. You know, but shaming other people and then dick policing them, like, what is that going to accomplish? You know? We have to do better in our lives. We want better. We have to do better. We have to set our own standards in our lives, you know? Build our own legacies. Not worry about what everybody else is doing. Really focus on what we're doing. What we're building. There's so much that we can do in the world. Get a passport. Travel the world. Get out of your city. Get out of your state. Then you will see a different perspective. But a lot of the people who are the most closed-minded, the ones who are the most hateful, are the ones who never leave the porch. That's good, Marie. They never leave the porch. If a lot of black people were to leave their city, I see you, Uncle, you know, and be in different environments, their whole perspective would change. But if you ain't leaving the house, if you just going to work and going home, or you're not at least trying to go out and see what's out there, then you're never really going to be satisfied. There's always going to be that hole in your soul because you were never able to see life for, you know, and see what's out there. You're just on social media in comment sections being bitter for no reason, being disrespectful for no reason. Shout out to Vern. It doesn't matter what people think about who you date, live your life. Exactly. Exactly. There's a lot of division in the black community, and I think it has to do with the fact that growing up, who do we have to look up to? You know, nowadays, we went from seeing people look like us on TV and movies nowadays to we basically looking up to everybody else who don't look like us, and it's causing paranoia in some of these sisters. Y'all can't tell me that ain't true. You know? Y'all can't tell me that ain't true. Now, I know people have different perspectives, you know? You have to, I think a lot of people, especially a lot of black people, they don't know who they are. They're looking to other communities to figure out who they are. The standard of beauty is what it is because you choose to look that way. You know, if you don't have the strength to be who you are and, you know, work with what God gave you, then you shouldn't be out here judging anybody else. talking about how people need to get on your level when you surgically got on your level. Whatever level that is, you know? The whole colorism debate is stupid. I really don't like that because I have different types of skin tones in my family. The father and mother are different skin tones, you know? My sisters and my younger brother, all of us different skin tones. So I've never really dealt with colorism. It was either you were black, white, or whatever. It wasn't no, I mean, of course you had people who knew each other from being light skin, dark skin, of course, but we weren't separated because of that. And I grew up in the South, people. Okay? Grew up in the South. And I want people to understand me very clearly. I don't like when black men go at black women or when black women go at black men. I think the whole thing is stupid. You know? Why do you think I don't make videos about black women? Now, do I make videos about black female celebrities? Yeah, just like I do with white celebrities or light-skinned biracial celebrities, you know? But I never go out of my way to go at black women. I don't think any of you dudes should be doing the same thing. Because there are people out there who all they care about is watching content on what's going on with black women. Okay. Let me go ahead and listen. Let me just say this too. Because I haven't been watching the chat like that. There will be no promotion of swirling in the chat. Don't do that. I don't promote interracial dating. I tell y'all to date who you want to date, who you're most comfortable with, who makes you happy, no matter who they are. But some of you, I hate the black woman, don't do that here, okay? You got to understand that this video is about women. There are black women and white women who out here dick policing. Have y'all seen some of these white liberal women on social media? Anyway. Shout out to Naima. Says, Jay, my bae, I'm late. Shout out to Naima. Appreciate that, Naima. Love me some Naima. Yeah, there'll be no promotion of interracial dating. If I see you promote interracial dating in my chat, you out of here. You out of here. Whether you're male or female, you out of here. Y'all know that's not what I do. But there are men out there being shamed, no matter if they're black or white. There's a lot of shaming going on out there. I mean, look what's going on with the soccer team. If you don't support the women's soccer team getting equal pay, you're a misogynist. The Terminator film saying that they want to scare the shit out of, you know, misogynist men. Like, men are just have a bullseye on their back. You know. Men, we have a bullseye on us no matter what race we are. That's why, especially us as black men, we have to be very vigilant of that. You know what I'm saying? We have thick skin because we've always been a target. And I think black women have never been under the microscope like they are, you know? And I think it bothers them because they have gotten a pass for so long. They've gotten a pass, you know? And now they're being held accountable for their behavior, and they cannot stand it. You got look at Omarion's baby mother, April Jones. She's literally, you know, had a meltdown on Instagram Live because her own female followers are holding her accountable. Shout out to BL and that's holding. Stephen Darby will tell you about black women. Watch his video on Jezebel. Okay. So I will say this, and I'm going to go ahead and see about getting the calls ready. Just give me a minute or so. But to me, I don't make a big deal about colorism because I don't want it to be a big deal. And it's really not a big deal. People, I grew up in the South. I never seen nobody discriminate against somebody because they were dark skinned or light skinned. There are a lot of dark skinned chicks who I know who have no problems getting a dude. None. You know? They have no problems. I think some of y'all have unrealistic expectations. You want what you see these other girls get with, and you can't get that type of guy. So you want to shame men because you want a certain type of guy and you can't get them. Maybe you just don't have what it takes, people. That, you know what I mean? That could be the primary reason why you can't get the men you want. You know? All right. Now I'm gonna get these phone lines on now. All right. Don't call my show being disrespectful. You will get kicked off, or I may have to go off. I mean, I don't know what it is. I mean, it's Wednesday, so I got energy. I got time today. And be courteous to other callers, okay? Be courteous. Y'all know I'm a nice guy, but I have limits. Yeah. Really got to get on it. All right? Really got to get on it. Moderators, keep your eyes peeled, because I'm not watching the chat like that. Okay. Oh. So if y'all want to call in. Make sure y'all like the stream. Oh, hold on. Yo. Hold up. It should be on. Yo, Severe, hold on, man. Yo, hold on, Severe. You there? Okay. Severe, you there? Switch back. For some reason, I can't hear you, Severe. Let me see. Can't hear you. Hold on. Let me go to. Okay, maybe that is. Alright. Hold on. I don't know why I can't hear you. Yo, you there?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, man?
Nothing much, man. I caught the chat a little late, bro. Like, we look like we're gonna have a hurricane down there, so I'll just line up or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's he talking about? Colorism?
No, man. The stream is about dick policing, man. The dick policing. Hold on a second. All right, Naima. I see you. But yeah, we talking about dick policing and shaming that's going on out here, man.
Oh, well, this is what I noticed. Is I've been around, like, I was around all kinds of different races in my life, you know what I'm saying? And, like, I noticed one thing about, we the most dick police motherfuckers on the planet, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, white dudes can fuck whatever they want, do whatever, nobody say shit to them. Fucking Hispanic dudes do the same thing. Middle Eastern, man, they women don't tell them shit about shit, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But every fucking move we make, we get fucking scrutinized again, dude. Like, it's to the point, like, if you just fuck with light-skinned black girls, they gonna say something about it. Why you only fuck with light-skinned girls? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you might have some light-skinned chick. Why you only mess with dark-skinned girls? You know what I'm saying? Like, I never, to this day, I still can't figure out why that is with us. And nobody fucking else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a white dude could walk in there with an Asian chick, a Hispanic chick, black chick. Nobody gonna say shit to his ass. His parents might, you know what I'm saying, on flick. But nobody else, dude. I still can't figure that out. Like,
Jealousy.
I was wondering if anybody... Go ahead.
Yeah, it's jealousy, man.
I honestly think that is the case a lot of times, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, black dudes could date out more frequently than, like... I think that's what they want, dude. Like, I think black women want to be able to date out like black dudes do. But they can't, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't understand that men do the picking, women do the choosing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I think sisters want to do the picking and let the men do. You know what I'm saying? I think they want that shit reversed, and that just ain't how shit go, bro.
Yeah, when it comes to relationships, definitely.
Yeah. They don't understand that shit. Mm. And like, I was talking about colorism for a second. I've noticed that colorism has been a big issue in the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like the hot topic issue on, like, you hear about that shit all the fucking time nowadays, bro. Yeah. And like, where on the list of problems that we got in the black community do you think that colorism ranks?
Not at the top, not second, not third, not fourth.
I rank that shit like 18.
Yeah.
That's like the
I think it's an issue to women who. I think it's an issue to dark-skinned women who truly believe that even being attractive, they can't get a man, which is ridiculous. But or is they not getting. Now, I will tell you this though: when it comes to Hollywood, putting black women in roles, I haven't really seen that much of a drop off. You know, I was judging in the past 10 years. I really haven't seen a drop off in dark-skinned women being represented. But it's the type of roles they're being represented in. But black women never had an issue with it until I would say the last year or two.
Yeah, but like, we don't run Hollywood. Sorry, it's the Jews run Hollywood. I don't mean to be racist or whatever, but most of them are Jewish, bro. Mm-hmm. Jewish white people, they run Hollywood. We don't run that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, we might have control on like a damn rap video music set or some shit like that. Right. Besides that, that's it, bro. Yeah. You know? Mm-hmm. We don't even get to pick, like, I noticed, like, a lot of, like, the newscasters or whatever, they usually try to get, like, I live in Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always notice that. They always get, like, an attractive light-skinned sister or whatever on the news or whatever to be, like, a little co-host or whatever. But we don't even control that, bro. We don't got no control over that. That's white people doing that shit. You mad at the wrong motherfuckers, bro. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And, like... the only reason I think a lot shit that is rare is valuable. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit that is rare is valuable. That's why diamonds are valuable. That's why gold is valuable. Like, a fucking black dude with blue eyes, he gonna get a lot of play, dude. Or green eyes or hazel eyes. You know what I'm saying? Just because his eyes, because that's rare. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Same thing with a black chick. Like a blazing chick or some shit like that, she gonna get, and she halfway decent looking, she gonna get a lot of attention because she's rare. You know what I'm saying? You don't see that all the time. Mm-hmm. See, I think that's the same thing with light skinned dudes, because there ain't hella light skinned chicks out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And people just need to realize that, dude. It's rare. You know? Yeah. Like, I noticed, like, white dudes, they really, a lot of them really know, like, redhead white girls. So, like, redheads are dying off, like, they genetically or whatever. You don't see that many people with red hair no more, you know what I'm saying? Uh-huh. Like, so they get a lot of play. Same thing with blondes, because most white girls don't have blonde hair. Most of the girls you see with blonde hair that's white, they dye that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's not natural. Right. So, like, that's what they need to understand. I don't think it's no big... Sometimes, with some niggas it is, bro. it's some deep psychological self-hate type shit. But most niggas, like, it's just rare, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, oh, she red or whatever. You know, I don't think it's that deep, bro. But yeah, Jay, I know I've been on a minute, bro. Like, I appreciate your time, brother.
All right, thanks for calling in, man.
Thank you.
All right. Shout out to Severe with the call. Had to get the audio straight on it. Slam Dog, you said you was gonna call in, right? Slam Dog, you said you was gonna call in, right? You're live with Jada Black. What's up? Yo, what's up?
Yes, as soon as you got immediately call.
All right.
Because there is a problem with Black Hollywood, and the problem is all the beautiful black women in Black Hollywood, they keep pairing with white men. Mm-hmm. Every show that has a beautiful black woman, they always pair with a white man. Hollywood does not do a great example of recognizing black love. Mm-hmm. So if people watch interracial relationships on TV, they're going to imitate the behaviors that they see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, look at Scandal. You know what I'm saying?
Like, dear white people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
on the block.
Yeah.
The Flash.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the girl in the Flash is very attractive. She's a very attractive black woman, but she's putting the role.
Man, I hate seeing it. As being a dark skinned man, I hate seeing our black women with white men. I hate seeing it. I feel like they only do it for what comes with it, the privileges, the so-called privileges. Mm-hmm. And it goes back to slavery. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. Back when they used to breed people to be like her. Mm-hmm. So it's a mental thing that we need to get up off of.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I'm calling from California.
Okay, cool. Shout out to Cali.
This is Christopher Brown.
Oh, what's going on, Chris?
What's the deal, man? This is like my second time getting through.
Oh, cool.
But you know, colorism, it is a problem. Every time I see a black woman with a white man, especially when it be a soul sister, she be wearing a daisiki, and then I look and I stare too because I'm a handsome black man. I stare too, and then as soon as she step away from that white man, I'm gonna try her like, excuse me, miss. Like, whoopty. I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna tell her that she's beautiful. You don't need to be with. I'm gonna do it in the space, whatever. I'm gonna let them know she's beautiful. I always do that. You know. Yeah. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. Now I'll tell you this. I have dated outside my race one time, mm-hmm. but that immediately stopped once I started getting the attention and the recognition from black women. Once black women started to step up and say, "Oh, you're handsome," or "You're this," or "You're that," then I started to appreciate my blackness. Mm-hmm. Yeah, bro. You know, that's all I really wanted to get into. I'm gonna let you get back to handling your business. I feel like calling back. I'm gonna call back.
All right, cool. Well, thanks for calling in, man.
All right.
All right. Shout out to Chris out there on the West Coast. What I was gonna say? Oh yeah. What's going on, China? See you. You know, Hollywood's constantly putting black men in dresses. Don't y'all think that, especially dark-skinned black men, and y'all know we definitely have a problem with that, you know. But, you know, and just like y'all have a problem with representation in Hollywood, we got a problem with them putting brothers in dresses. You know what I'm saying? But it happens more than it should. You know? Just put the number in the chat. You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Bro, yeah, this is a topic I definitely want to speak on. So, I just wanted to say that I feel like, you know, women, black women, you know, they can just date whoever they want to date, and do whatever they want to do. But when a black man does it, it's a problem where it's sell out or with the awkward time. It's like, I be seeing that shit all the time. You ever notice, like, the girls, like, I always notice a recurring thing, women that have failed relationships, like, they usually say stupid shit like, well, I'm just going to go get me a white man.
Yeah.
And, most women that say that shit, they ain't worth a damn anyway.
Right.
But if a nigga say something like that, then it's a problem, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the whole colorism thing, man, look, man, I wish people would understand that all shades of black are beautiful,
Right.
and I ain't trying to be on cliche and shit, but that's just real, it's because of the European standard. People, it's just, you just look at, the media and just society, like, you see somebody with, like, when we was in school and shit, if you knew somebody that was dark-skinned, they was either dark-skinned, either they had a broad nose, or they had big lips, or they had all three, they was getting roasted like every motherfucking day. You feel me? But it's because of the European standard, like, and it's wrong, because that's beautiful too. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing wrong with having those features. It's just because society makes us think that that's ugly. And you see it, and it doesn't help that, these celebrities that people look up to be, bleaching their skin and shit, nigga, fuck Sammy Sosa, and you got these girls like Lala that be out here motherfucking, doing shit to their nose and stuff. It's countless celebrities that doing that. They want to fit that European standard because they don't love themselves. But, people need to understand that, having African features is just as beautiful as European features. It's really, if you think about it, bro, like, whenever there's a mixed baby, let's be honest, whenever there's a mixed baby, the good-looking part is coming from the black people. Like, that's just real. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And people need to understand that. And it's just, I don't understand the whole colorism thing at all. I mean, we're the only race that does this type of shit to itself, like, just ridicule each other for our, darker skin tones or anything like that. But I will say this though, a dark-skinned woman can definitely get a man. There are plenty of beautiful dark-skinned women out there. It's only the ones that don't look that good, that look like, what's that comedian's name, Leslie Jones. Those would be the ones that be complaining. You feel me? Those be the ones that be complaining. But, like, I remember, like, there was a documentary a few years back, and it was called For Dark Girls or something like that. Yeah. And all these dark-skinned women, it was these different dark-skinned women that were complaining about not being able to get a man or whatever and all this other stuff. And it's just like, it's just like, niggas ain't not trying to talk to you because you're dark-skinned. It's just because you're not that attracted to them. I mean, let's just be real. It ain't because of your skin tone. Like, fuck that shit. But, yeah, man, I don't want to be too long, man. I'll keep it brief. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Red pill all day, nigga. Fuck all these simps, nigga. For real.
Well, I appreciate that, man. Shout out to you, man.
All right, man.
All right. Always a good call when he calls in. All right, call back in, Slime Dog. You told me to air. I want nobody but Slime Dog to call in because she said that she wanted, since the start, she said she got something to say. So, Slime Dog, why don't you go ahead and call in? I'll give you about 5 minutes. Call in. Slime Dog calling in. Shout out to Young Coder. Indian and Latin people have colorism issues too. Yeah, they do. Have any of y'all been to the Dominican Republic? They will tell you. I'm holding the lines open for Slime Dog. She says she wants to call in. So y'all got to hold off in about 5 minutes for Slime Dog to call in. She says she wants to call in and speak. And I want one of the ladies to call in anyway. We've had a couple guys call in. Shout out to Faces by Pureness. Loving the topic. Just wanted to show some love. Well, I appreciate that Face by Pureness. Shout out to her. She's a supporter of the platform. She's one of the myriad of women who support the JDB platform. Slime Dog, you gonna call in? Oh yeah, I know. Okay, Shan, you call in. Give me your area, Shan, so I know you calling in. Well, the lines are open for her. Say she's gonna call in. She trying to. Other people are. Okay, Shan, go ahead and call in. All right. I'm gonna hear some of these ladies, man. I know a lot of you guys want to speak on it. You have your opinions, but I want to hear these ladies speak on it. Oh fuck! Listen, man. Let's see. Make sure y'all like the stream, people. The lines are open for some of the ladies that want to call in. We definitely would like to hear y'all perspective. All right. You're live with Jay the Black. What's up?
Hey, Jay.
Hey, what's going on, Shan?
Hi. Yeah, how you doing?
I'm
I
alright.
wanted to chime in on the topic.
Mm-hmm.
So first, I'm gonna agree that us women, we do too much of penis policing on black men, because I see it a lot, and it's something that, you know, I think when I was younger, it was something that was like fun to do. It was like a joke. Oh, you dating that white girl? Oh, you lame? You know, just kind of like a joke. But then as I got older, and this whole like, you know, this whole culture of colorism and everything, everybody's offended. Now it has become into something where, you know, they want to counsel you just because you want to date other people. And I'm just like, that. I don't think that's acceptable. Though I may have my opinions about interracial dating, and I'm not really truly for it, because I do feel like Black American culture should be on the verge of repairing itself. But at the same time, I'm like, black men, they should be able to date who they want, and black women should date who they want.
Right.
Now, will the jokes fly? The jokes are gonna fly.
Right.
You know, I don't think you should stop us from having a opinion, but do what you want to do. But I am gonna say this though, as I was saying in the chat to some of the guys in there, is that you do have a lot of black men who use white women as status symbols. And a lot of times, especially I know growing up, we were told to date black men. Like, oh, get you a black man, make sure he's a good black man, A, B, C, and D. And I think what happened is that as we got older, and as black men started to kind of bear off, especially when they go to college and they get around different groups, they start dating other races. So to us, it looks like, okay, well, we've been kind of like, in this back of our mind, reserving a spot to be with black men, to marry black men, to have kids with black men. But black men have always just been men. They go after what they want. And I think that's a lot where the jealousy comes from, because we get shamed for being with a white guy. And to me, I'm with a black man, never want to be with a white man. But I can speak for, you know, people that I know who interracially date, and they'll tell you is that they do get a lot of heat from black men when they date other races of men. And these would be the same black men, though, who would see a video of some white girl twerking and be sharing it. Oh, yeah, she coming after you, black women. Like, they kind of like, they boost this whole colorism and racism type of thing. And then they turn around and cry wolf when black women attack back and say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're dating white girls. You must like weaker women. You must like to date women you can take control over. You know, it's just always like a push-pull to where no one in the situation is really like innocent.
Well, let me ask you this, like, are these women being approached by black men? Because I don't really see that. unless they're talking about social media and dudes making comments in comment section.
I feel like it's usually social media. I can tell you my experience with a black man who dated, who only wanted to date Hispanic and white women. And I remember I met him at a family member's job. I was in town and I was waiting around, you know, because he had picked me up from the airport, and I was waiting around for him to get off work and he would take me home. And I met this guy, and he worked there. You know me, I'm a very sociable person, so you know, we were just talking, and out of nowhere, like I don't even know why, but he brought up the fact that he only dated white and light-skinned women, like Hispanic women. Yeah. So, you know, me being curious, you know, I asked him. I said, because it was kind of off the wall, and I said, so I'm like, you know, why? You know, I guess because if you're telling me, obviously you want me to know. I'm like, so why do you only date those type of women? You know, I believe everyone should have a preference, but you know, well, why? Since you're telling me. And his response to me, and I kid you not, he said the reason why I date these lighter women or white women is because dark-skinned women coochies look like burnt roaches.
Oh man, he said that.
And I literally went off on him.
Oh man, is he like one of those guys that jokes a lot? He might have been joking a lot.
They are extremely. I'm sorry, what you said again?
No, I said he might be one of those guys that like to joke around. Like he probably wasn't serious when he said that.
But you see how like they disrespect women, because to me it's not even that you can joke. We can joke all day. Yeah. But at the same time, it's like, okay, you don't know me from a can of paint, right. And I'm a woman, so it's like, why would you disrespect other women in front of me and think that I'm supposed to laugh with you? I've even had situations where I'm a stylist. I do hair and stuff. I had a client. She was light skinned, and I used to work at a barbershop, and I had a guy. We were talking about relationships, and of course, preference came up, and he said, well, I don't like to date darker women. And the light-skinned girl in my chair started laughing. And I looked at her because I'm doing her hair. I said, well, why are you laughing? What's so? I don't think what's the joke behind it. And I think that's the issue that I think a lot of dark-skinned women have, is that what's so funny when someone said that dark-skinned women isn't their preference? Like, what's the joke?
I will say I will say that I don't condone guys being disrespectful. Like, I date white women. I've even talked about that and went off about that, about these dudes who put these white women on the pedestal, and how I don't support or condone that. I've seen that on YouTube. I've seen it on social media. The shit is weird. You know, I've called that out too. So it does go on, but I don't think it's the majority of these guys that's doing this. I think it's guys out there.
I would not say the majority.
Yeah.
That's why I say that that's why I say women, it's getting to the point where we're nitpicking, and we're just looking for a confrontation with black men who date out the race. And then, but yet, like you said, we hand clap people like Serena. But then you gotta look at Serena's situation. Let's all ask the question: why didn't Serena's father go to her wedding? I think there was a deeper issue there, and we know what type of man. I mean, as far as on the more outer skirt of things, we know what type of a man that he ultimately was, as far as pushing them to be very, loving themselves for being black women. Yeah. And then you go marry this white guy. Come on, like, we're not stupid. The public is not stupid to understand why this man didn't go to the wedding. Right. You know, and sometimes it's a disrespect to the family legacy. It's a disrespect there. So that's why I'm saying, for a lot of us women, we are more pressured to uphold the black family. It's like in every family, you had the big mama. You know, it's always the women that kind of were like the strong backbone for a lot of black families, and we look for other black men to share that struggle with. But at the same time, I don't blame brothers for also, exploring their options. Right. It's a big world. I don't blame them for it. Right. Why be emotionally attached to a struggle when you can really live your life and create your own legacy? You know, there's no set group of ethnic, any type of group or race people that stood and dated their own. Eventually, everyone, at one point, we all went through some type of mixing because we traveled. You know, so that's why I can't, as an adult now that I'm more level-headed and I see life for what it is and I see how simple life really is, I want people to love who they want to love. Like, it shouldn't be based upon how someone else feel about you, because at the end of the day, when you die on your deathbed, all these people are not around you.
Right. Oh, you got to live your life for you, not for nobody else. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and yes, and to your male followers in the chat room, and you gotta let them know that it's honest, because I felt like this is not an honest, like in the beginning it wasn't an honest conversation about why Black women are jealous, because we are jealous because we're molded to be jealous. We're molded to see women, these certain types of women of the beauty standard. We are molded that way, but it's about, we have to start deprogramming ourselves and seeing that really. That's it. You can't always blame everyone else for your own self-esteem. You can't do that. Mm-hmm. At some point, you got to say, okay, every man I dated is black. Mm-hmm. The man I had a kid with is black. My father's black. Mm-hmm. Why am I sitting here saying black men don't love me? Mm-hmm. Like at some point, you got to take accountability.
Yeah, you getting a lot of love from black men. You know, you have nothing but loving black men in your life. So you're not with one of these dysfunctional, guys who are stereotyped. Mm-hmm. You actually have a good situation, which is what these other women should strive for, but some of them obviously aren't. I think they like their life to be on the go and not really be attached to, but they will claim they want that, but don't necessarily want that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I totally agree. I've had friends who were like the most pro-black of the pro-blackest. Mm-hmm. And I don't consider myself pro-black. I'm just black. Uh-huh. Even if I'm even that, I'm not even saying I'm black. But mm-hmm. I'm me. And I have people who are the pro-blackest and the pro-blackest, and they're the main ones saying that, oh, I'm going to give you a white boy. These niggas don't know how to act. They're the main ones. Yeah. And that's when I started separating myself from them, because I have some extremely feminist friends. Uh-huh. I'm probably like the only really like conservative female woman in, like amongst my group. But other than that, I'm like, they're all feminists. And when things don't go right with the black men they date, which are usually they date in the bottom of the barrel of black men. Mm-hmm. Most of the black men that I associate with, as far as like with my man and everyone else, these are middle class black men and up. And mm-hmm. I even told one of my best friends this. I said, listen, if you're going to date a man that has status, understand he has options. Yeah. And I think the issue is that a lot of these women, especially black women, they do not want to compete for a man who knows that they don't need them. They like to deal with men that need them. They like to be with men that are very dependent. They want to build a project. And I'm like, when you come to men that actually have it, or they kind of really don't need a woman, they move differently. They're going to talk differently. They're not going to be pressed to be with you, because you know why? They got Becky, Natalie, Tiffany on the other line. And that's good. I want my son to be that way. When he gets about 30 years old, mm-hmm. he's not tied down. He's exploring his life, exploring his options. Don't get tied down, have a baby mother, or now you married to some chick you're not really that you don't really love. Like, explore the life. And I think that's what I've noticed that with a lot of the educated black women, especially the educated ones and the ones that feel like they got good jobs, is that they just really don't want to date men that's on a level above them. Even though they say that's what they want, they don't really want that. And that's why these men that are at a certain level, they take the women that don't mind kind of taking the back row of the relationship. Mm-hmm. They don't mind being with these type of women, because these other women, they want to control the dynamic of the relationship. Which is why they usually end up with beta males. Yeah. But
Shan, I appreciate the call. I'm gonna get to some more of these callers, but this was a good call. All right, Shan.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
All right, later. Shout out to Shan with the call. You're live with Jay the Black. What's up?
Jay the Black?
Yeah, what's good, broski?
It's me, Kari Bay from Virginia, checking in, man.
What's good, Kari?
All right, man. I'm going to get straight to the point, man. Right. This whole thing about penis policing and the preferences and all this type of stuff like that. Yeah. I've been hearing a lot of people talk and say a lot of good points. Yeah. But there's still certain things and certain examples that people be forgetting about, man. Uh-huh. People tend to forget that, first and foremost, opposites attract. Everybody don't want to be with someone that look exactly like them. Uh-huh. And as you know, from videos that you said in the past, mm-hmm. Some of those shaming tactics that a lot of sisters use when they say that whole thing about your mama black. Mm-hmm. I mean, my mom is black, my mom is dark skinned. I like sisters of all different, shades, all different complexions. But, everybody don't want to be with somebody who looks exactly like their mom. Some people feel that it's incestuous. And a lot of those sisters that would get mad at a brother if that brother says, oh, well, I'm more attracted to light-skinned women or whatever it is, and they would get mad at that. Everybody don't want to be with someone who looks exactly like their mom or exactly like their sisters in their immediate family. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes sisters, forget about that. But yeah, what I'm saying, the whole thing about shaming somebody and attacking somebody, a lot of sisters still haven't learned that those shaming tactics don't work. Those shaming tactics actually block your blessings, and it makes a lot of them come off as the stereotypical angry black women. I mean, you already know what they did with Michael B. Jordan in the past. They think that by shaming him because he went out with that Latina and because he was just partying with white girls. He won't even dating them. He was just partying with them on the boat. They tried to boycott the Black Panther movie before it even came out. So they don't understand that they're actually making themselves look like stereotypical angry black women. And no man want to be with a woman that comes off as angry all the time. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they don't realize that people are feeding into their own stereotypes, and they're trying to shame brothers. They're trying to shame sisters, and, shame brothers, and shaming tactics don't work. They never do. They never do. This whole Chris Brown controversy, this Chris Brown debate that's tying up social media, internet right now, I'm glad it happened, because now it's men's turn to stand up and say, wait a minute, if you can have preferences, we can have preferences too.
Yeah. And that's why I tell people, be happy. Don't date somebody just because you feel like you have to, because then it's going to make that situation worse. So date somebody you want to date, whether they're your skin tone or not. It don't really matter. It's who you feel the most comfortable with, who you happiest with. You know what I'm saying? When you take pictures with them, you smile. You're not frowning up in the pictures. You know what I'm saying?
There you go. And then the other thing, and I'm going to let you go and take other calls and do your thing. The other thing that people need to forget and need to remember, especially black women, I hope all the sisters online that's hearing this right now, this is the number one thing you got to understand. Because I'm the same brother who said that some people just like tasting different flavors of the rainbow. They got mad as hell at me about that. Sisters need to understand that sex trumps race every single time. Every time. Because look at the slave masters in slavery. Look at Thomas Jefferson raping Sally Hemings. So even though they said that we was half monkeys, they said that we was half apes, they said that we was inferior, they said that we was the cursed feet of Ham, it didn't stop them from running up in our women. Now, did it? It didn't stop the European women from doing the whole mandingo thing when you're wanting to get with us. So sex trump race every single time. I don't care how Afrocentric, pro-black, militant, conscious, whatever you want to call it. Take that same brother talking about I'm Malcolm X, Wakanda Forever, Marcus Garvey, and put him in a place that's a predominantly white country like Finland or Sweden. And I bet you eventually he will get with some blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman that lives in that country if that's the only thing that's around him.
Yep.
Yeah, I know they don't want to hear that. I know they're going to be pissed off. They're going to blow up your line after that, but it's the God-honest truth. Sex trump race every single time. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, but I'm going to let you go and do your thing, man. I love what you're doing with these channels and these posts, brother.
All right, thank you, Kari. I appreciate the call, man.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate you always, man. Peace and love.
Peace and love, man. Shout out to Kari with the call, man. Yeah, man. Some very good calls, man. Some very good points. All right, let's see what this is. You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Hello, Law Original.
What's good, Law Original?
Hey, okay. So I guess I'm gonna piggyback off of the last caller. I'm gonna be honest. If people want to date outside of their race, that's their business. I could care less. I don't have an issue with it. My issue is not so much with interracial dating. It's dating outside of, it's dating the same gender, because once again, I'm not obligation. However, I always find it odd when someone is not attracted to something that looks exactly like them. If you're open to dating all races, that's fine. But me as a black woman, how the fuck do I sound to myself? I don't date black men. How am I repulsed by a man who has the same skin tone, same nose, same lips, same hair? That to me, that is a self-hate issue. It's one thing if you're open to all races, including your own, but there are some people who will not date their own race, and I feel like that I find that odd.
Yeah, I do too. And I be wondering that when people be saying, "Well, I only date this or that." I'm like, "Well, how does that other person feel about it? Do they know that too? They know you basically see them as a fetish, because that's how it's gonna come across."
Yeah, I mean, listen, I knew a couple white girls that only date black men. That's cute, but that it's kind of weird, because what is it about white men that you don't like? Because you yourself are white, so that sounds like a self-hate. Maybe you. Huh?
Now, I produced a video 2 years ago. Maybe y'all remember it. I made a video called "Don't Date White Women Who Date Just Black Men." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I produced it a couple years ago. I took it down, but it basically had that same premise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I find that odd. I'm attracted to men I consider myself pro-black. I'm attracted to men of all races. I've seen attractive white men, attractive Asian men, attractive Spanish men. But when it comes to my first choice is always going to be black men. Why? Because I'm black.
Mm-hmm.
All my uncles are black.
Right.
My father's black. My brother's black. Or my cousins are black. So how the fuck do I sound saying, "Oh, I don't want to date a white man"? What's wrong with that? I mean, that's kind of like an insult to every man in my family, because what is it about black men that repulses me? Yet I have a whole family tree full of niggas.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's disrespectful. If you want to date outside your race, by all means, do what you want.
Yeah.
I could care less what the next person does, but I find it odd just to not. To be completely turned off by somebody who has the same features as you, your mother, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not policing black men. Listen, I don't give a fuck what they do. You want to date a white woman, that's on you. As long as you know what you're getting yourself into, you know what I'm saying? Once again, being in an interracial relationship does not mean that person is not racist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is a misconception. That is not fucking true in any way, shape, or form. Just because somebody's in an interracial relationship, that doesn't mean that they're not racist. And that could be the reason why he said sex trumps race. And, that's probably true, especially when you look at slavery. But to not be attracted to something that looks exactly like you, and then you got to think, when people purposely go out and make mixed babies, not because they genuinely fell in love with someone who was of a different race, but because you have low self-esteem, you don't like your features, and you want a light-skinned baby with a certain texture of hair, which I know plenty of mixed kids who ain't shit mixed about their fucking hair. They got your nap. You know what I'm saying? Or you're pale and you can't sit in the sun, so you want to have a mixed baby so your baby can finally sit in the sun without peeling. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that is very ignorant.
Yeah.
In terms of what black men like, my thing is, you can do whatever it is you want, but you shouldn't disrespect the opposite gender of your race. Like, for instance, if I was in a relationship with a white man and someone asked me, "Oh, why you got together?" The first thing that comes out of my mouth is not going to be, "Well, because these niggas ain't shit." That's disrespectful as fuck. Number one. If I'm with the person because I genuinely like the person, I don't need to bash black men in order to justify my reason for dating somebody who may not necessarily be of the same lineage as me.
Yeah. That's why, again...
Because that gives that person a reason to disrespect my race as well.
Yeah, that's why I tell people, man, like, pushing these narratives. I notice the people who do promote, like, interracial dating, 9 times out of 10, they might not even be with a person of another race. They're just disgruntled. You got a lot of disgruntled people promoting that narrative as well, who are not even in interracial relationships. That's the saddest part about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like for instance, my mom is dark skinned. My father is light skinned. You can see my profile picture. You see what my complexion is like. My brother's like a shade darker than me. I don't date black men that only date light skinned females. I don't, because if you're with me, I want you to be with me because you actually want to be with me. Not because you feel as though I'm superior or I'm on some type of pedestal because my skin may not be the darkest shade of black, because I find that very disrespectful. Even though I may not be dark skinned, my mother is dark skinned. I got plenty of dark skinned people. Majority of my family is brown skinned or dark skinned. I don't come from a whole fucking line of light skinned fucking people. So my thing is, your opinion about dark skinned black is reflective of what you would think of my family members.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it may not necessarily reflect on me, I have family members that are dark skinned. So if you have a problem with dark skin, then you technically have a problem with me, because in an indirect way you're insulting my family. I don't do the fetishes. Even within the black race, you have a lot of people that have a light skin fetish. I don't really understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't push stereotypes like that or condone it, because me being light skinned does not make me any better than anybody else, because this light person, I came from darkness. My mother's dark skinned.
Mm-hmm.
And my father is lighter than both of his parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like people can do what they want, but you just need to be respectful, because the things that you say to that partner that you have that are not of the same race can come back to bite you. I saw a video of a white girl who was clowning black women, and her black boyfriend was sitting there giggling. And in my head, I'm like, you do know she's talking about your mother, right? And every other black people in your family. Listen, if that's a conversation that y'all have in private, I can't tell you what to say, but you might want to check that bitch in public, because she can get her ass beat for saying some dumb shit like that.
Yeah. But La,
every black woman is not the same.
Yeah, La, I'm gonna get to some more calls, but I appreciate you calling in, La. All right.
All right. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Shout out to La with a good call. Always appreciate when she call in. I'm gonna get some more of these calls in while I can. Y'all call back in. I think it was like 2 calls. That was on 3 calls. It was 3 calls. Okay. Y'all call back in. So y'all get online. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Jay?
Yo, what's up, man?
Yeah, so I want to talk about, no disrespect to you and your show, but that thing. If you come to Miami right now,
what single mother?
These women
What
are
single? Hold on. What single mother?
disrespectful.
What single mother?
These black women will look at you like a piece of shit.
Bro. What single
To
mother?
the point, man. The one you was talking to, because she was saying a lot of things that don't make sense. Black women don't have no respect for black men.
Okay.
I have experience. I dated black women.
Okay.
I approached black women.
All right.
They don't have no respect for you at all. Like you approach a white woman or a Latina or a Spanish woman, they will give you respect.
Okay.
You talk to them. You try to get their number, whatever. Even if they don't, most of the time they might tell you they married or have a boyfriend, but they're not gonna disrespect you. They're not gonna yell at you.
Well, let me ask you this.
My
where you
brother
from?
is married to,
where you from?
To a Latina.
You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Yo, dog.
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, man? This is Q, man. I'm from Oakland. I live down in SoCal, though.
Okay. Shout out to the West.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I got a first-hand experience with dick policing because my fiance, she's white.
Okay.
Now, I've dated black women my whole life. Of course, my sisters are black. You know what I'm saying? My big issue with it is, and I see it all the time on my Instagram or whatever, it's like they'll see me post up pictures, different females, because you know what I'm saying, I have my Instagram public, and then they'll throw out some, they'll try to throw out some shade or throw out this, that, and the third, and none of their points really are valid, other than them just seeming like they're jealous. You know what I'm saying? And it's not, and I'm not trying to generalize. It's not all black women. Of course, it's not all. You don't want to generalize, but the majority of negative comments that I get from black women are just silly comments that really don't hit home. And it made me see, especially dealing with my sisters, because now my sisters have an issue with me dating outside of my race.
Mm-hmm.
And me looking at my sister's situation, they haven't had a successful relationship in their lives. My oldest sister, all she do is date thugs. Her baby daddy just got killed last year. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. He another topic for another case. And I'm just like, I'm looking at all of these women, not only like family members,
mm-hmm.
but just women, commenting on pictures and stuff like that. Yeah. And I'm just seeing like the bitterness and jealousy in it. And I'm trying to make sense exactly like where it's deeply rooted at. Mm-hmm. And I think personally, they just don't like to see a black man happy in a relationship with somebody else that's not black. So, that's what I personally feel like.
So would you say it's just on your page that you felt that way, or you seen that on other times on maybe other people's posts? Have you seen them come at you for who you're with?
Well, if I see something like a meme that's talking about like maybe like you know what I'm saying, like I guess promoting interracial relationships or something like that, mm-hmm. and I might comment on it because I don't have an issue with anybody dating anyone. I've lived outside of the country for 6 years. I've been to Africa. I've been to Japan. I've been to Brazil. So I traveled at an early age, so I got to actually see the mm-hmm. world from a different perspective. And then when I came back to Oakland, because I was born and raised in Oakland, all I did was date black girls for a long time. And most of the black women I dated, the reason why I have so many issues with dating black women, mind you, my baby mama's black, and I do have full custody of my son. That's another topic as well.
Okay.
But I lost my train of thought.
Well, I asked you this, and you having full custody of your son and like issues with your baby mother, do you think that may have put you in a direction to date interracial, or was it the traveling outside of the country?
Traveling outside of the country kind of changed my perspective on people. Mm-hmm. Just how people interact with other people, how different cultures just operate as a whole. Mm-hmm. And when I came back and I saw, the melting pot we have here, the colonialism, it's kind of sickening how people follow trends so much here, and when you step outside in other countries, they kind of like people follow trends in other countries as well, but it's like it's different here, man. People like okay, I give you an example. I have an ex, right, mm-hmm. and she used to watch Love and Hip Hop religiously, and while she's watching it, she'll be saying, I wish you would be doing this and da-da-da-da-da, and she's seeing all of this stuff going on, and next thing you know, the show will come off, and she's like, let me see your phone. Let me see your phone. Da-da-da-da-da, that and the other. And I'm like, man, I don't even know what you're talking about. So eventually I'll be like, here, take my phone. She'll go through my phone. Don't find anything. Then I'll be like, all right, well, let me see your phone. She literally would not give me her phone.
Yeah,
like,
you know
what I'm saying?
That's not going to happen, man.
Yeah. So it's shit like that, like kind of females getting so caught up into trends and into different situations, and they kind of adopt it into their mind as their reality, and then they push it off on the people around them, and it becomes toxic. And I mean, like one of the other things I think that I had a big issue with a lot of black sisters, I wish they would be more feminine, because every single time there's a conflict, it's like, obviously a man's masculinity gonna come out, and I might feel aggressive on a certain stance, but then she'll take that energy and try to meet it with masculinity, meet it with more aggression. And it's like, when masculinity meets masculinity, there's always gonna be conflict. And women, it seems like, especially black women nowadays, they don't know the power in being feminine. Like, you can get your point across beautifully without having to get in a nigga's face, wave your hands in his face, you know what I'm saying? Like trying to push him to his limit. And my sister's boyfriends used to beat their ass all the time. Like, and I'm not just talking about one specific ex, like a lot of them. And it's like, it's inherent. It's like they grow up in conflict. They grow up in especially women coming from single parent homes, they grow up in that type of conflict dynamic where it's like after a while it's just a part of them, and it's even a part of their kind of sexual makeup where it arouses them as well. So it's like now, you know what I'm saying? They love pushing your buttons. They love getting you to the point where you kind of go into like a psychosis and you just want to, haul off on them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like a toxic dynamic, and I wish like more sisters would just kind of use their femininity as power, because men, especially black men, we will respect that. You don't have to come at us like, well, whoa, and we, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just gonna turn into a tip attack, and it's just gonna escalate. You know?
Yeah.
That's like, I think that's like my biggest issues that I've had with sisters, including my own biological sisters. Just trying to have conversations with them. It just it mutates into something that it shouldn't go to, and it's like, well, why? First of all, why you raising your voice? Why are you coming at me like that? Why, you know what I'm saying? Why you got to say a bunch of slick shit on the slide? And then it's like, it gets to a point where you either shut down the conversation or it escalates. You know what I'm saying? And all of that shit turns into toxicity over time, and it's like after a while you just don't want to deal with it.
Yeah. Well, bro, I appreciate the call, man. You watching the show? You in the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, comment, let them know who you is, man. They say you making some good points, man, on the call, man.
Okay, for sure.
All right, well, thanks for calling in, man.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate
God bless.
it. All right, appreciate it, man. Shout out to the caller. All right, there's another call in here. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Talk.
Okay. You gotta turn your background down, man.
You say what?
You say you want to talk, but you gotta turn your background down, man.
All right.
Yeah. Man, y'all need to stop playing on my phone, man. Stop playing on my phone, man. I'm telling you right now, man. Don't call the show and not say nothing. You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Hello?
Yeah, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, man?
What's going
on? This is Marcus Dyer calling.
Hey, man. What's good, man?
Oh, nothing much. Yeah, what the other caller was saying was true.
Uh-huh.
And the thing about it is this, the black woman here in America, it's crazy how the numbers are. They're last in marriage, first in divorce.
Yeah, there's a lot of struggling dating going on out here with black women. Yeah, there's a lot of struggle dating going on.
Right, like I saw this video where it says 3 to 6 million black women are single. These educated black women. Oh, black women period are 3 in a million, 3 to 6 million. I'm like, man, but what it is their attitudes and everything, and then they got these good paying jobs and they think they don't need a man and everything. That's the problem with them.
Yeah, Lala said it best. Say she don't need no man. I think that's what these the feminist minded black women have, that the ones in corporate America, they have that mindset they don't need a man. But when they do, but I think they just need a man for sex more than a relationship, and that's why a lot of those type of women are single into their 40s and 50s. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like I try to talk to some beautiful black women and everything, but they've been stuck up. This one black woman who's working at this store, this pharmacy store. I talk to her, she give me an attitude. She said no, and I'm like, oh man, why you gotta be like that? Yeah. There's other black woman I was trying to talk to. She's gonna tell me, give me $5 and you can have my number. I'm like, what, man? This just crazy.
Yeah, man. Stay away from those type of women, man.
Yeah, I will. They all stuck up and everything. They are all stuck up with black women. A lot of these women, not even black women, other women are stuck up too. It's like, man, I guess it's because of my height and everything. I'm sure. And then then I'm not attracted to a woman, I guess, you know?
Well, all you got to, listen, man, you know what you want, you got to go out there and get it, man. You know what type of women you don't want, just stay away from them, man.
Right. Yeah, you're right. You're exactly right. It's just crazy with the sisters. Like, I'm trying to, you know, because they want dogs and everything. They don't want no, they don't want no good black men, educated black men. That's why educated black men will date out of their race, go for another woman. Not necessarily white woman, East Indian, Arab woman, you know, because they treat them better and everything. They want comfort. You got a black woman getting in the black man's face after he got off from work, you know, yelling, screaming, getting in his face. They want to be masculine. It's like, man, that's why they out of their race and everything. And then another thing is obesity. Like I don't know if you noticed, 84% of black women in America are obese, and they don't even want to lose that weight. That's why another reason why they think of.
Yeah, that's troubling. That's troubling, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I appreciate the call, man. I'm gonna get to some more of these calls before I wrap it up. But thank you for calling in, man.
All right.
Appreciate that. Peace. That was another caller on the line. Okay. So yeah, we gonna. Yeah, call back in, callers. I saw that y'all line was running off. All right, let's get at least one of them. All right, you're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Okay.
You're live on the show.
I wanted to kind of give my perspective on the situation.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like maybe because of partially like the area, I'll just start by saying I never looked at like interracial couples any weird type of way. That may be because like I remember like in high school, people hung out in groups. People hung out. I remember there was even a little, not a gang, because I live in the suburbs, like a little group called Racial Unity with black and white people. Everybody hung out. Nobody cared. Everybody was checking for the same girls, the cutest ones, no matter what race they were. So it was, you know, like nobody cared. But that, and I mean, I've never experienced like maybe being with a black guy and getting left for a white woman or something like that. I usually don't get chose by them like that anyway. So my experience is coming from seeing people mix up all the time, or mix, you know, race dating or whatever. That was just like nobody cared, and not getting chosen by black guys in the first place. So it's hard for me. So you know, it's like, does it suck any less to get curved by a better-looking black girl than a white girl? The answer is no. Does it suck any less for a black guy to see you walking down the hallway and say, "Bitch, what you looking at, ugly?" Any less if they like white girls than black girls? The answer is no. So that's why I can't relate to feeling any type of way. Because I already know growing up where my place was in black society, and it is not at the top. I know my place. I stay in my lane. I pay my taxes, and I stay with my mediocre options.
Well, listen, man.
So I can't look at a Chris Brown type and say,
that's the thing, Beth. But see, that's the thing. Like, there are women out there who don't want to stay in a particular lane. They feel like even though, you know, a lot of guys will think that they're average, they don't think that. They think that they still deserve to get the top tier guys who have a ton of options out there. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that realism. You know what I'm saying? They don't have that realism.
I know my place. Yeah, but I mean, I think that applies to black girls who are used to getting a lot of attention from black guys. You know what I mean? Like, there's a difference between attractive black girls who are used to getting a lot of black guys after them, and now maybe a lot are chasing after other races. That's very different from someone who was never getting that attention and was told that being with you would ruin their reputation, and then they start dating white girls. It doesn't really suck any less if you're getting curved by a different race if you were already getting curved anyway. Because that means even if Chris Brown does want a black chick, he still don't want my black ass. You know what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, listen, I get what you're saying, though. And I'm gonna say this. I got to get these other callers, but I will say this though. At least you have self-awareness. There's other women out there that don't have it. You know.
I know my place.
Right.
I mean, at my age, I'm at a higher place now than I used to be. Because I used to be called ugly bitch every day.
Right.
I don't get called ugly bitch every day. So I've upgraded, but I still know my place.
Beth, there's somebody out there for you that you're probably gonna be happy with. All right.
Okay.
You gotta believe in self. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying.
Okay. And
I'm just giving you a different perspective.
I know, and I appreciate the perspective. I'm just saying. You know, I got to be the optimist.
You know.
You know.
Look, I don't listen to Drake, but I'm just like Drake. I started at the bottom, and I'm still here.
And you still here. You know what I'm saying? All right, Beth. Thanks for the call. Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Shout out to Beth. All right, Latasha, call back in. I'm gonna hold the lines open for you. And Young Coder, give me your area code in the chat. I'll let you hop on. Go ahead and call in, Latasha. We waiting on you. Look, Beth. You got intrigued men in the chat. Beth got intrigued men in the chat, man. You're live with Jada Black. What's up?
Hello?
Hey, Latasha, you live. What's going on? You want to call now?
Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Beth, you are beautiful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Don't listen to that because even though y'all see my picture and everything, believe me, I get the same reaction from men. But what I'm trying to tell y'all, because I see a lot of chats and I hear these calls about black men coming around these ratchet women, and I have to tell you this, it's like, what y'all around? Like, where is my atmosphere like? What are y'all doing? Where are y'all? That's what I want to know. Like, out here in Texas, and I'm going to say this right now, I'm in Texas. We do get that back and forthness. We do get that whole, you can't be dating outside your race thing from our family members. I get that a lot. And I'm like, dude, like, it's what makes me happy. You can make me laugh. I mean, hey, we already going out. But it's like, dude, you guys are pretty much the men, like, not men in general, but like there are some men out there who will sit there and tell you dead in your face, you know you wrong for dating and this and this and this. They are the first proprietors of starting it off. It starts off with your daddy and it goes all in the family first. But just think about it. It's like, we women don't get like that unless we're pushed to it. And everybody says, like, guys are like saying, like, yeah, you guys were born this way, you guys were made this way, but we are pushed that way. Yeah. And that stigma of a mad black woman, it always starts with a mad black man.
Well, that's why you gotta initially, like, when you're looking to be in something serious, you gotta be careful of who you getting in relationships with. You know what I'm saying? And who you're dealing with, who you're just around, who you're giving your time to. You know what I'm saying?
But, like, I always think of it, too, like, you know, there are some men out there that do need that healing, you know, that need that attention, that need that love, that TLC, basically, tender love and care. It doesn't matter what race it's coming from. It's just there.
And I do agree, opposites do attract 100. It can be the same race or it can be an opposite race. But you just can't stipulate if one is higher general. Yes, there are some women out there who's trying to break the stigma of black women being this whole first hating on all other women, but like me, I don't hate women. I love women myself. I congratulate women. Doesn't matter what color. And hell, I'm the only person that told Chris Brown on his damn thing, thank you for acknowledging women with good hair, because I'm one of them women with good hair.
Okay. All right.
I may have a lot of stick for it, but I'm like, dude, it's true.
Well, that's the thing. Like, yeah, there are sisters out there with good hair. Yes, we do know this. That they're not all, biracial.
They are not biracial, but if you know you got beautiful hair, you better take that compliment any which way it's given.
Right.
It may sound rude to you, but you gotta take it and suck it up. Because it's like, we gotta stop with the whole black women bashing, because it's not gonna get any better from here, and then on.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah, listen, I'm not for the bashing of anybody. I'm for the respecting people, who command respect.
Right, and I know you are gay, but it's like, look, let me give a really good example.
Okay.
The cucumber challenge. The cucumber challenge. It started by the black men and initiated by the black woman. But it's like, dude, and that's my man in the background talking about it. And I'm like, dude, you got to really think about it. We women are disregarded like this is because we put ourselves out there for those who want to see it. Black men. So there shouldn't be no complaints on both sides about what is what. It's either you work it out or call it quits and you move on, walk away.
Right.
Because it's like, I'm done. Leave me alone, too, alien.
Well, all right. Well, I'll see you in there busy. But shout out to you for calling in. All right, Tasha.
My man said something so funny, and I'm not even going to repeat what he said, but he retarded. So we just going to leave that alone. But you have a good day.
All right, Natasha. I hear y'all in they wrestling. Shout out to you, all right?
Bye, Jay.
She in there with her dude, man. Shout out to her for calling the show, man. She could probably teach some of you single women a thing or two about getting a guy and they together. He ain't within his friend's house. He ain't working overtime, so he don't have to be home. He right there with her. They about to wrestle. But shout out to her though. You know what I'm saying? She calling in. You're live with Jada Black. What's going on?
Hey Jay, this is BK.
This is who?
BK.
BK, what's going on, BK?
Oh, I am blessed. Blessed to be alive and talking to everybody, including you.
Oh, that's good. Thank you for calling in and speaking to me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Well, look. All right. Listen. Oh my God, this topic. See, this topic with the colorism now, one time that title never existed, colorism. It's going to continue. It's been talked about for how many years now? The only difference is between now is we got social media. So it's not just a, table talk conversation anymore. Now we hear everybody's freaking opinions every 5 seconds. Okay. Myself, well, I care less who anybody dates. I got to this point in stage in my life that, you know what, it really doesn't matter. This is for the next generation, previous generation, if they want to continue this argument, because myself, I'm not changing. I'm not racist at all. I've dated Italians. I've dated all types of people. But I love my brothers. I do. And it goes beyond what shape nose and hair and whatever the case is, as far as with the black man. Because, I already know about, I'm not just talking about the black women, because especially for this generation of black women, including some that's around my age too, they act a little funky too, not just the youngins, but there's a lot of issues that with today's women need to really get it together about. But I'm just not going to just run to other races, because I am so pissed off from speaking from the opposite side about how the black man does. You know what I'm saying? Because it goes very deep. Why I still rather be with my brothers. Right. I respect them, especially if they show me. It's all about respect. Because yes, I understand. I hear about brothers. The females don't give the men no respect. Right. Okay, I give respect. I always have. Now, I had issues with men. I'm not saying that I haven't had arguments, whether some things that I've done or some things that he has done. You know what I mean? I guess it takes previous relationship and experience to kind of realize that. And years. And you already know, listen, I told you how old I am. I only lived a half a century already, so I don't even stress on that anymore, because whatever the few years that I have left, hopefully I continue to live as long as I don't know what. And I still got my looks. I got my health. Certain things that's going on. So I don't think I have a problem attracting dudes. That's not the issue. Okay?
I believe you.
No, seriously. It's just that as far as the right man, and some people say, well, how can she say who's right for you, whether just to stay in your black race or white race? I'm not saying anything. I only speaking for me. There's a deep connection why I want to stay with my black man. For numerous reasons. Everybody else, to each his own. That's what you want to do. But I never have that, the interest of just jumping ship, because I'm so frustrated why I can't get this far as, why I can't with this black man, or I can't find. I just never think that way. Like I said, I have dated previous, few years back, and I'm not gonna say all of them, okay, well, it didn't work out or whatever the case. To me, is a deeper bond why I love my black man, and and especially if he's worth it, I don't mind helping supporting him. If we have the same goal, without all the BS. You know what I'm saying, from the get-go, because you have to establish some type of communication and understanding from the get-go.
And that's a good thing. That's a good mindset to have, because there are younger women who, they don't think about the future. It's about the present. You know what I'm saying? They don't have this perspective until they get older. You know what I'm saying? But by then it might be too late for them, or they, might just be at a standstill with their life.
Right. I've been around the block. No, sweetheart. I've not just been around the block. Okay. I've been around the whole neighborhood when it comes to experience being with men. Let's say that.
Okay. Listen,
I'm reading the comments at the same time.
I would not call you a liar.
Listen, I'm not talking about, I was never thought. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying as far as mentally
I'm not
wise.
calling you a thought. I'm not calling you one. I'm listening to you.
Okay, listen. And let me tell your audience, I'm 51 years old. In fact, I should type in because I finally exposed myself showing my picture. But I'm gonna type in myself so I can see, as far as what I'm talking about. I'm 51 and I'm very proud of it. Okay,
go ahead and type. Type away. Type away.
Huh?
Type away. Go ahead.
What you say?
Go ahead and type away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna say hi. I'm gonna say hi, Jay.
Okay. All right.
That's me, TRKK01. That's me. But anyway.
All right.
I don't know. You know what? The women that I came across or I know in my family that are friends or co-workers or whatever the case is, black women. I don't know too many that say, you know what, the way how these black men are, I'm going to get a white man. I haven't really came across no black women saying that. I haven't, that I know of. There are still plenty of black women. I don't know where people get this figure, because you come across a few women that say, you know what, or I don't know, like I said, you do a platform, and I guess because you talk about celebrities in the case, listen, you got to go by overall as far as percentage of women out here, because believe it or not, there are black women that does want black men, and there are women that can say that they independent, but they know they want a decent man. They do. I said that one time before, and I said, yeah, where these men are, who needs these men? I can just do bad by myself. But if I be by myself, because if the person is not there for me, and it's not good for me, why should I stay with that man for? So if he's not good for me, you damn right. I don't need to be with him. So yeah, I could be by myself until something good come along. There's nothing wrong saying that.
Yeah, you know what?
Because y'all do.
You know, BK, I'm telling you, you don't look 51. I'm telling you right now. I'm looking at you. The chat is looking at you. You don't look 51, man. Okay.
Oh, thank you. I'm a little bit darker than that now because I've gotten that sun. But yeah, but I'm just speaking from this experience. That's all, But as far as this conversational colorism, it is not going to die. Unfortunately, this is always going to go on. It's been going on for years, ever since when I was coming up. Ever since I was coming up. But like I said, it's just a different time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. All right, BK, I'm gonna get.
Anyway.
Yeah, I got to get to a few more callers, but thanks for calling in and showing everybody what you look like. Appreciate it. All right.
All right. Well, thanks. Everybody have a blessed one.
All right, you too. Shout out to BK.
All right.
Shout out to BK. Hey, Libby, if you're in the chat, go ahead and call in, Libby. I'm gonna hold the lines open for Libby because Libby want to call in. I know Libby said she wanted to call in. So I'm going to hold the lines open for you, Libby, so you can call in. Because you always support the phone lines. So go ahead and call in, Libby. Nobody else call in but Libby. All right? If you still here, I don't know if you're still here or not. If not, I'll just shut the phone lines down and until the next show. We've already gotten to the 2-hour mark. Y'all know how I am about these long shows. I know how I am about these long shows. But even though 2 hours ain't long, but it's long enough for me, okay? Yeah, BK, there's nothing wrong with saying you love your blackness and you love black people. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but shout out to her. Shout out to all the good callers. Libby, if you still here, call in. I'll give you a minute or two. If you don't call in, let me know that you're probably not at the stream right now. Yeah, the 2 hours definitely went by fast, man. 2 hours definitely went by fast. Yeah, you need that perspective from somebody who's experienced, like BK, and you know, like she says, she can still go out there, and, get the, get guys that she wanted. She ain't got to complain about it. All right, I think that's living right there. All right, you're live. What's going on?
Hey, it's Libby.
Hey, what's good, Libby?
Not much. I'm just calling to weigh in on the topic.
Okay.
Okay. First off, black women, we're starting to look desperate out here. It's all a distraction. I don't know why we're getting distracted by this topic. We could talk about interracial relationships and how things should be for black women, but yet we can't talk about, as black women, how we can get together and try to bring back the fathers back in the house. We can't try to talk about how we can change ourselves as black women and how we can build financial gain for the black community. All we talk about is relationships and bullshit, and it's not helping none of us. We still in the same rut and having white people laugh at us. And meanwhile, while you're worrying about white women over there trying to get better, looking at black men and just doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
Another thing is that, like, as far as this topic with police and genitals, policing is not going to solve anything. No. Black men are going to date who they want to date.
Right.
And I agree, they should date who they want to, because at the end of the day, it's all about you and what you can have to please black women. Those who are upset, angry, in their feelings, they're never going to see you. Right. So I don't know why they're getting upset, but do you. As long as you're doing what you want to do for love, fine. But don't date somebody. What I'm saying is that date somebody for love because you love them for them, their personality. Don't date somebody because of race or something stupid for the wrong reason, because it's not going to work out. Yeah. Make sure that it works out for you and that person.
Right.
So you and that person can both be happy.
Yeah, we have to be individuals and live our lives, and not try to be like in a group trying to tell people what they should or shouldn't do. And what's crazy is that the people who do that are unhappy in their lives. So that's why they want other people to be unhappy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it's also as well, I noticed that people who are pro-black or doing this, Wakanda forever, holding up the fist sign, those are the main people who probably are swirling or in relationships where they're frustrated and they want to get the fuck out.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of disgruntled people out there in bad relationships, and they want to give advice. Yeah.
And getting in everybody's box ain't gonna help you. I mean, what are you doing to help yourself financially? Are you building a business?
Well, they're using those women for financially. Some of those women are using the women financially.
And that's the thing. How you talking about you're an independent woman, but you using that man for finances?
Right.
Come on now.
Yeah.
Not only that, like, we not getting yourself together. Why are you worried about another man who got his credit score together, but your credit score is -500? There's no gain in money and finance through feelings. Logical and common sense goes towards finance. Emotions don't go into finance. Get out your emotions. Stay out your feelings. No one doesn't care. This world doesn't care about you and your feelings. Get up out of it. Do what you got to do to make sure that you straight. And for men, if that woman ain't supporting, she ain't important. Period.
Facts.
So if she ain't supporting you as a man, being an alpha male, doing what you came here to do with a purpose from the Most High.
Wait, hold on. Are you done? Yeah.
Oh, all I gotta say is this is a distraction, Jay. We need to worry about bigger stuff. We got other fish to fry. I'm tired of this colorism bullshit.
Right.
Yeah, it was good to talk about, but if we ain't got no solution anywhere to what we gonna do about it, there ain't gonna be no solution. Men keep dating white women or whatever you want to date, and don't worry about everyone else.
Yeah. Well, thank you for calling in,
But that's
Libby.
all I had to say.
Yeah, thanks for calling in. You know I appreciate it when you call in. You got a very good perspective, all right?
No problem. You're welcome.
All right, shout out to Libby. Appreciate that. And I think that's it for the calls, family. You know? I like having these types of streams, man, because I'm able to get a lot of different perspectives on topics that I feel like would be a good discussion point, you know? Yeah, the callers do make the stream really like go and go in a great direction. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like the audience participation. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Young Coder, are you in the chat, Young Coder? Young Coder, if you in the chat, I'll take your call. If you're not, that'll be it for the calls. Because I want you to be able to call in, because I know that you didn't get a chance to call in earlier. But if you're not in the chat, then I guess you just have to call on the next show. Let's talk, man. You know what, Shannon, I may do a topic on finances and politics and finances, because when people talk about, you know, voting and... Okay, Libby, cool. But Young Coder want to call in. But we definitely, I want to do a political topic and tie it in. Because I feel like because of the political season, you're going to hear a lot of lying from politicians. You're going to be seeing a lot of lying from politicians going on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if Young Coder ain't here, I'll just have to call the next show. Well, Brittany, are you gonna call in? If you are, tell me what your area code is. Are you calling now? Hold on. All right, that's you, Young Coder.
Hey, what's up, Jay?
Yo, what's up, bro?
Hey, it's your boy, Young Coder in the house.
Yo, what's good, man? All right, I'm good, man.
Not much, man. Well, before I chime in, because you know how people on the chat, they always saying, oh, you know, the people who are pro-black, they're the main ones to be dating interracially. I am pro-black, and I guess you could say I am dating interracially.
Oh, okay.
My girl I'm dating, she's Indian.
Okay.
But she's the same complexion as me. She's dark-skinned, like Indian from India.
Okay.
You know? So I don't even look at her as like I don't know, interracial dating. It's just like someone who's like maybe like a shade lighter than me.
Mm-hmm.
But you know. But to add to that though, as a black man,
mm-hmm.
I don't think we really be choosing colors like that. I feel like if you're a confident black man who's in shape, who got money, like myself, you know,
mm-hmm.
women are just gonna choose, and it's up to me to decide. Okay, I like you. You know, I'll have a relationship with you. I'll just smash you. You know, and it's just, you know, that's kind of the arena that we're in these days, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, for women to say that colorism is the excuse for them not to get the guy that they want,
mm-hmm.
I mean, it's an excuse. I mean, try harder. You know, that's what I would say. I mean, there's other things. You're going to let that one thing, the shade of your skin, stop you from getting, like, what you want out of life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got to try harder. Because, I mean, there was a time where black dudes, dark-skinned dudes like myself, we weren't getting any play. It was just like whoever hit the wall with whatever race they were in, you know, they come and start talking to us because they realize, oh, there's sexual benefits here, you know?
Mm-hmm.
there was a caller who called in earlier about that. He was saying how sex trumps a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
What did you agree with him on that?
I think in a lot of cases it does. I mean, there are guys that will sleep with women that they're not naturally attracted to. Just maybe in that moment, they'd be like, you know what, I'll sleep with her. I wouldn't date her. I won't walk around holding hands with her, but I'll still sleep with her. I think that goes on.
Yeah. No, absolutely facts. I was going to say that, I mean, if anything, like, there's a lot of people who kind of do believe a lot of the media stereotypes that they put on, like, black folks.
Mm-hmm.
So I think a lot of that involves, like, hypersexualizing black people. We're always, like, you know, considered, like, oh, we're the first to fuck, but we're also the first to forget about, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I see a lot of that going on. And, like, I also see, like, women who are not black who, I guess, you know, have choosing on me as, who maybe they're not really used to dating black men, perhaps. They act a little weird, too, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, they just do weird shit. Let me give you an example. Like, this one girl, I was like, you know, she's like kind of like a neighbor or whatever. She's like white Latina, I would say that. And I guess she choosing whatever, you know, she came through, she hung out a few times, or nothing really popped off or nothing. But I've been noticing, like any woman, you're around a man, you're just alone in the room with that man.
Mm-hmm.
After hours, you're just gonna, you know, you're gonna start acting funny. You're gonna act like you're a little bit more horny and stuff, whatever. So I've been noticing, like, you know, those types of women will do weird shit to try to test your sexuality or test your masculinity and shit. And that shit is just kind of annoying, you know? Like, put on, like, weird YouTube playlists and see if you're, like, interested in the, you know, alphabet stuff that they may be interested in.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm not really interested in this, but whatever. You know, you're barking up the wrong tree if that's what you like.
Right.
I tell them that for sure. Yeah. But, I don't know, I just feel like the media just, like, you know, and even social media, like, hypersexualizing black people, it's starting to have its effect now because, you know, I feel like people are just, like, only trying to come with that energy to black people who are outside of our race. Like, they're really thirsty for black people now. And that might just be distracting us from, like, looking at ourselves and being like, oh, okay, you know, I'm getting all this energy from other people in other races. It's like, I don't even really have time to look at my own, you know,
I think
the people who are in my race I grew up with, you know?
Yeah, I think it's become a trend with non-blacks as far as dating blacks, especially like white girls. I think to them it could be like a trend to want to be cool and date a black guy. You know what I'm saying? You do have that goes on.
Yeah, no, for sure. Trend for sure. Yeah, I don't want to be someone's trend, you know, I just want to be someone's, like, you know, partner and someone I can grow with, you know, someone's going to, if I get hurt, you know, you're going to be there to help me out if I'm hurt and stuff. Yeah. Or if I lose my job, you got to hold it down. If you lose your job, I'm going to hold it down. Yeah. That's really, you know, what we should be dating is, like, you know, people's, like, work ethics and, like, you know, their consistency. You know, you should be attracted to that as opposed to, like, the color of their skin or whatever, because, you know, that's the most important stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I appreciate you, man. You, like, let me call in late, man. I appreciate that. It was a good luck.
Yeah, man. Hey, I had a lot of callers, man. And I don't know your digits personally, but I was going to make sure that you got a chance to call in, though, bro.
No, I appreciate it, man. It was a good look. I looked up, you're like, are you still in the chat? And I was like, oh, shit, last second, clutch.
Yeah, man.
For the win.
Yeah, the last, but certainly not the least, man.
All right, appreciate it, man. All right, well, you have a good night, man. Thank you.
All right, thanks for calling in, man. Shout out to Young Coder. Want to call into the show. All right. It's been a good show. Like a lot of my shows be good, but you know. But nonetheless, we able to have a good one, man. And really get to the meat of this, man. The shaming, dick policing. Is it gonna stop? It's 2019. You know, we don't try to police your boxes. We don't want y'all policing. You know. Our Dizzix. I see you, Torrin. Was good. But yeah, this was a topic that I told y'all I was going to speak on again. I told y'all I was going to speak on this topic again. You know, because I know I put the other stream on Patreon for certain reasons. But yeah, man, I loved the participation, man. It was really good. The energy was good, man. The energy was good. I know there might have been some disgruntled people, some disgruntled individuals. I want you to understand that it is all good. Okay? We can all have differences of opinions, you know. Let's see. Yeah, but I appreciate participation, man. Sasha says I'm always late. I'm telling you, Sasha, you got to check in, Sasha. You got to check in. What's going on, Naja? Shout out to all the new people. I know there are probably some new people that are watching or here for the first time. You can let yourself be known in the chat room. You know, I appreciate you being here, too. You know what I'm saying? And no wrestling. Yeah, I was just joking on that. But he definitely was in your ear a little bit, you know. I see you, Mark Blue. Let's see. Hopefully y'all have liked the stream, man. And y'all know the email, man. Send me an email. Y'all want to send me a topic that y'all would like to see live, man. That y'all would like to see live, man. Hit that email. Follow me Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Urban Globetrotter says, happy to be here. Well, I appreciate you being here. All right. You know what's interesting is that, you know, a lot of y'all have been rocking with me for a while now. A lot of familiar faces. Sabello says, great live stream, bro. First time here. I appreciate that. Hopefully y'all have subscribed and have opt-in for the long term. That's what happens when you subscribe, you opt in, you know, to the content, which is definitely what I want. I want people to opt in. All right. But yeah, man, it's always good to really speak on these particular topics with y'all. Maybe we will able to learn something. He feels the same way we had these conversations. Okay, cool, Latasha. That's cool, man. That's good. Y'all got that type of relationship. You know what I'm saying? Vern said the stream had me crying. Yeah, man. I told we do have very interesting calls. At least one show, like when I take calls, like it gets really interesting, the dialogue. You know what I'm saying? You know, the dialogue is very interesting, man. It's very interesting. But like I said, we all have our own individual lives to live. And we gotta live it. You know what I'm saying? But as I must do, I have to, you know, bid you a good night. And I will see y'all on the next video comment section or live video. All right. Shout out to the callers. Shout out to the moderators. I appreciate y'all coming in and holding things down. All right. And until next time, people. Oh, also shout out to the super chatters. And also make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Those links are in the description right now. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully y'all have a very good rest of your night. And I will see y'all on the next live stream. Y'all take care, all right?